Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to be showing you another Switch Axe build. I know we've done a lot of Switch Axe builds in the past few days, but it's coming to a close soon because there's not really much else to cover on Switch Axe right now. So in my last video, which probably would have went up either earlier today or yesterday, whenever I decide to upload these, I covered a experimental build that basically utilized the poison phial on the only poison phial Switch Axe in the game. And I also had poison duration up with it to make it a little bit better. Yeah, you know, I decided that I would actually go through and cover the Paralysis Phial one as well. I did mention in that video that I probably would end up doing it. I did try to make a build with the Dragonvein one, but there's just no beating the Elytra on Switch Axe, even with that, because it doesn't actually have double element and phial, unfortunately, like this one does, for example. So yeah, that Switch Axe is pretty bad, and I probably won't be covering that one. But we will be covering this one, the Paralysis one. This was admittedly very hard to build. I do have pretty much all the essentials and everything that I need to actually make this thing work. Yeah, this one was very hard to build. However, now that I have built it, you can see that we have absolutely tons of paralysis. I believe this is the highest amount of paralysis that you can get in the game, period, on a single weapon. Obviously the file type will pretty much only work in sword mode, but because this is a zero-sum discharge spamming build, we're always going to be in sword mode. So we're always going to have well over 1,000 paralysis, which is pretty damn awesome, considering that that is normally not possible. So, let's get into the build. It's pretty scuffed, but this is as much as I could do. So, custom upgrades. I have enough custom upgrades to bring the affinity to 0, and I believe I have a couple elemental increases, and then attack. So, yeah, you could just copy the, or just do custom upgrades enough to get what you see right here. I'll actually show you the base stats on the weapon, so no increases, there you go. Base stats are on the left. And that is that. I'm pretty sure that was exactly the same as what I just showed you. Yes, it was. Whatever, ignore that. Also, we have 420 paralysis down there. Amazing. Right, so, augmentations. Affinity increase level 2, that's to get it to 0%. Yes, this weapon does have negative 20 at the start. It does struggle in the affinity department. However, because we are using 3-piece Safi this time, affinity will go to 100%. So then we have health regen, because, you know, survivability, and health regen is just amazing. And we're also using Safi gear, so health regen helps massively, because Safi's health regen doesn't actually work. Because it doesn't work with the zero-sum discharge finisher from the claw attack. So, yeah. Then we have element. And we have element level 2 as well. So, that's very nice. Or stats in this case, I guess. So yeah, that's that. That's the weapon. This is the Barroth one. If you're... I mean, you can clearly read that, but maybe you can't. I don't know. Anyway. We have Agitate at 7. Agitate at 7 is there for attack. And also to get 100% crit. We have 2 crit eye down there, which just comes with the gear, which gets us 100% crit altogether. And obviously weakness exploit, mandatory perk, we have that to get 100%. Crit boost on top of that, because 40% more damage when you're critting is insane. We have 3LM ammo up, because this weapon suffers from a bad case of having a locked element bar, or status bar in this case. So yeah, normally this weapon is locked. And to unlock that, we need 3LM ammo up, which we have here. And I did put 3LM ammo up alongside a bit of health boost, because we don't have Transcendence, so we don't get health boost for free. And it's actually impossible to put health boost free in here without cucking something else, so we're just going to have to settle with health boost 2, and roll with it. So then we got Power Prolong free, obviously, we want that, because we're zero-sum discharge spamming, so we got that. We've got Handicraft free. I did slot this in. Now, bear in mind, you're probably wondering, oh, why don't you just use Fatalis gloves? I tried it. You can see here, I actually did try that, and the builds are practically the same. you can see they are practically the same, except this one that I'm showing you has one more point of evade window, and that is it. Everything else is the same. Ignore that Divine Blessing, that's just in my mantle. This one has double attacks, and this one has 2 attacks and then 2 divines. But yeah, the build is exactly the same, except this one has evade window and this one doesn't. So yeah, Safi beat out Fatalis in that regard. So yeah, I had to put in handicraft then. The reason why is because this thing has absolutely no sharpness. Literally just powering up the weapon enough to get your first 0 sum goes to blue sharpness. So that's why I have protective polish in here, so that you would sharpen before that, start attacking, and then you wouldn't lose your white sharpness. Now you do actually need 3 handicraft exact to get to white sharpness. If you don't, you just stay on blue, so that's why we have that. And then, yeah, the rest I already mentioned. Evade window, blight resistance comes with the gear, and then we have double attacks down here, and in that last build I showed you, I had 2 attacks plus 2 divines, which obviously we don't have that this time. So, yeah, that's the build. There's not really much to say about it. So, when I actually get out my weapon here, you can see we've got 700 paralysis in the weapon itself, which is really, really good. And then we have 670 on top of that in the file, which is insane. Now, I do have specialist as well, so we get even more than the base number, basically. So, I'm gonna... oh, I already did that. I'm gonna sharpen real quick, so that I, you know, go to blue sharpness. And that will activate protective polish, which lasts for, what, 2 minutes, maybe? Or a minute? I don't know. Something like that. Let's buff up now. And just see how much damage we're going to be doing here. Okay. So I will tenderize this. And obviously I'm not going to have 100% crit here because I can't proc Agitator, which is quite unfortunate. And also, if you're wondering why I don't have earplugs in here, it's because I literally could not get it. So we're going to have to settle with earplugs 4 on this build, which is unfortunate, but that's just how it's going to be. It's impossible to get earplugs in here with everything I've got. So, yep, keep that in mind. So we do 1,500, obviously that will vary. We could probably hit 1,800 if we had every single attack crit. Unfortunately that won't happen because I can't proc Agitator. So the numbers will vary, this isn't exactly accurate. Also put into account that your crit, your attack and your element can be increased with Hunting Horn buffs, Choral Orchestra, Feline Booster, and pretty much anything else that increases all of them that I haven't used in this video. So, yeah. But anyway, that's the build, that's the weapon. Do keep in mind, this is an experimental build. This is not meant to be meta, this is not meant to be the next best thing. It's not even meant to be good in most cases. It's just me utilizing extremely unused stuff. So in this case, the unused item would be the weapon itself. And considering this is the only Paralysis Phial weapon in the game, this is the one we got to use. And I think I made this build work. I think the weapon will be good. We'll be getting a lot of paralyses. I'm hoping to get at least 4 in the video, or in the hunt that I show at the end here. So, with that being said, if you do want to stick around for the hunt, then, you know, stick around. If not, this is where the video ends for you. So let me know what you think of the build. Let me know if it can be drastically improved. You know, like maybe I've not been seeing something that could be improved, while still maintaining all the essentials, of course. And yeah, I guess that's it. So thanks for watching, and adios.